and you should hear me now. Let me just move this here, and then we're good. Alright, so we are testing. That's what we're doing. We're testing today, so I just need to check that YouTube is working, my channel. I'll go to my channel here. Yes. And see if yes, we are live. So that looks good. We're live now, so that's okay. That one's working. We need to go to Twitch as well and see if I am live there. No, we don't want to watch that, so we need to go to my channel. Let's have a look. Yeah, and it would appear that I'm live there, although for some reason we've got that up. Oh, but there's a delay, so yeah, we'll come up in a second, one hopes. We shall see. You can never know with Twitch. Let's have a look. I always get, it's been so long since I've used it. Online invisible channel, dashboard, online. It's just repeating, as it always does. And I can never figure this out. I used to, it's been a long time since I've used Twitch. So, online, share my activity, no. Share what you're watching, playing, or streaming with your friends. No. No. Ah. Bye bye into infinity and beyond. Okay, I'm going to close Twitch because I'm not quite sure what's happening there, but we definitely know what's happening here on YouTube. There's that delay. So right, so there's YouTube, so that's good. That's working. I just need to get Twitch to work. Although I think it might have been on reflection. As you can see, it just goes into beyond, into infinity. All right, let's try this again. Twitch. Let me go there. I'm going to close that over there. This is the way to do this. So I'll get my channel up rather than that rubbish from whatever it is. Okay. So I'm online. Friends. My channel. Come on. Oh, it's all going wrong. It really is. I just can't seem to get this to pick up. Do I need to? I'm logged in. I am logged in. So I'm live. I don't want that. I want. Ah, there we go. Yeah. So right. So I'm now on Twitch, and I'm also on YouTube, so that's working. So pick up more. Good morning, Andrew Parrish. Good morning, Nunsweep and Simi McSimface. I love that name, Simi McSimface. I need a shave. I need shaved out in a right mess here. I have got the new Corfu, and that, funnily enough, is exactly what I was going to do. I was going to open it up and we'll have a little bit of a show. I'm not planning on doing any flying because I was just testing getting Twitch and YouTube up running at the same time. So using RO Stream, I could get onto a load of other places as well, but you know, YouTube and Twitch is about the best. It's funny actually because what is happening is lots of YouTubers are moving over to Twitch because they're so disappointed with YouTube. And it's things like Logan Paul and the new rules about YouTube, which are before you can even monetize your videos, you've got to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of views. Is it 4,000 hours or 4,000 minutes? Now, I can't quite remember. I'm just waiting for a delivery, so I keep looking out of my window, just in case. In case they finally deliver. You know what these people are like, you know, they say, oh, we'll come at 9 o'clock, and they turn up at gosh knows what time. Right, I think I'm going to have to go a new flight, because I was in Rome. Okay, so let's just we'll load up here and have a good close look around Corfu. I have done a video. There's a video on the YouTube channel anyway. Excuse me. There is a video on the YouTube channel, so you can always go and have a look at that. No, on Twitch I am _XPD. Let me write that. I can't write that in there for some reason. It's THE_XPD. Plain and simple. I've had a Twitch account for a number of years. I used to stream on Twitch regularly, and then when I went through my phase of not enjoying streaming, I stopped. So I've only recently come back to streaming, and not in a kind of, you know. Yep, that's the one. I've come back to streaming, not in like a really cool professional fashion, like. I'm just doing it as and when. I've no schedule or anything like that. So, as usual, Xplane 11 is taking ages to load up, and it doesn't matter whether you have it on an SSD or not. It still takes the same amount of time to load up, which is ages, simply ages. Right, I'm just going to check some settings here, make sure everything's good. I always wish I had, you know, a boost or something. I think I might get a separate mixer, and then I'll be able to turn the volume up even further if I want to, if it's needed. I can mix the sounds better between Xplane and the mic audio and anything else that's going on. Right, come on. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Finishing asynchronous loading. Andy Parrish is obviously working from home or somewhere. I haven't seen Andy for months. I've got to get over to Bristol. It's just that every time the Flight Sim group is on, it seems as though I've got something to do. Birthdays or Easter or Mothering Sunday or something. I don't know. Anyway, I will commit to being there in April. In fact, what I'll do is I will look at now once I will look at this, if I can get it to work. Hang on, where are we at? I need, so the 4th Sunday of the month this month is the 28th, right? And I know it's my wife's birthday on the 26th, so I should be there. Should be there on the 28th. I know, Andy, but I can't. I was in Bristol, but I had to damn well go out with the kids and grandchildren. But I will be there. I'll put it in my diary now. Look. Oh, phone call. Hello. Hello. Nope. And they haven't arrived. No. Yeah, I will. I'll phone him tomorrow, this morning. Okay. All right. All right, love. I know. The nuisances. All right. I'll speak to you later. Bye. It's amazing, isn't it? She only left the house half an hour ago, and now she rings me up. Okay, here we are. So we're at Corfu. I'm on stand, as you can see, just looking out. And now, I lived in Corfu for 2 years, so I think I know it pretty well. But I will say that things. Whoops! I didn't want that key. I wanted that key. Things have altered somewhat. Well, a little bit, right? So the first thing I'm going to tell you, you see these two masts over here, right? They were there when I was in Corfu in 1979. So that is, oh, the April meeting is on the 22nd. Okay, thank you very much, Andy. I'll write it down because it's in my phone now, but I'll write it there on my notepad with my pen, and I will change it. Right, so when I lived in Corfu in 1979, those two radio masts, or whatever you want to call them, TV masts or whatever, they were there. So that is accurate, okay? Well, I'm going to scroll up here because I want to show you something. Now, this is the end of the runway. You've got the road that goes around, yeah? That's accurate. There was a fence there. Obviously, there would have been a fence there. I don't think there's a fence in the scenery, which is a shame. Oh, yeah, there is. Oh, look, you see, there is a fence there. But, and this is the interesting thing, dead opposite here, on this waste ground here, was a psychiatric residential unit. It was quite a big house, right? And the gates were dead opposite the runway here. When I say the gates of the old house were here, and all the fence was along here, where that car's travelling now, and the main entrance to the place was over the back here, where you see this little car park here at the back. I don't know whether you can see my mouse on screen. I think I've probably got it off, but there's that little car park there. That would have been the main entrance at the back there to the psychiatric residential unit, and it was a big old building, and often we would come down to the airport to go and get a pizza or something, because the pizzas at the airport were fantastic, and you would see the patients, psychiatric patients, just wandering around the gardens. Now, I have to say, in 1979, the psychiatric and mental health provision in Greece was not very good. It was a little bit like one flew over the cuckoo's nest. Considerably worse than that. But that's where that building was there, and it's obviously been demolished. It's no longer there. So that is a huge change from when I lived there. So yeah, that's where it was. So that is accurate in that regard. Okay. Coming around, let's come around here. If I can, for some reason, here we go. So coming around here, okay, there's a terminal. But when I lived in Corfu, that blue building there was the terminal, and all this here was where the aircraft used to park. So that was the terminal when I lived in Corfu. That football ground was not there. Yeah, that football ground was not there, and certainly this building was not here. Now, when I went to Corfu in 2000, I took my wife there. I think it was 2000, 9/11. Whenever 9/11 was, that was when I went to Corfu. In fact, we flew home from Corfu on 9/11, early hours of the morning. We left Corfu, I think it was about 6 AM, got back to Cardiff, and that's when it was all happening. Anyway, so when I went to Corfu in 2000, this was here. All of this was here. This was the new terminal then. So things have changed somewhat, but that was the old terminal. I used to do fantastic pizzas in there, in the cafe. And this is the new terminal, which if I recall from 2000, it's not that impressive inside. It's not that impressive at all. So moving along, and this is all about accuracy, okay? Moving along here, you've got this kind of lagoon, lake type thing here by the side of the runway. and that is accurate. That is there, obviously. They're not going to change something like that, and they're not, you know, they're not going to put it in. It's like it's not a very deep lake, but it's there. Okay, so and then coming through this area here, behind the runway, believe it or not, this is some of the wealthiest part of Corfu. Okay, and you've got the Corfu Hilton Hotel down here. I think it's around about here, if I recall. Now, unfortunately, oh, that's it there. That's it. That is the Corfu Hilton Hotel there with the pool. All this along here and this structure up here. It's a pity they haven't got the sign for the Corfu Hilton. But, as I said, this is amongst the wealthiest part of Corfu. Some very wealthy people live in this area here. And coming down here, this is the very, very famous Ponte Canisi. Okay, Ponte Canisi, which is this little church here. Ponte Canisi stands for Mouse Island. Okay, so that is Mouse Island. That is completely accurate, as is the leading lights there, and this causeway across from there. All right. I cannot remember the name of this hotel here, but I have been there. I can't remember it, but it's got its own private beach, obviously, and water ski school. When I was living in Corfu, I was a water ski instructor, so we knew all the ski schools as well. But I cannot remember the name of that hotel there. Okay, but completely accurate so far. Absolutely brilliant. So, wealthy part of Corfu, and also, whoops, through here, this bit through here as well, incredibly wealthy. So the vegetation looks good, although, oh, there are a couple of cypress trees, yeah, but mostly olive trees. So this area down here is by here, where the radio masts are. This is Guvia, and you can see the old town there with the harbour, and then over here, and I'm zooming in, this is Ipsos Bay there, the long one there. That's Ipsos Bay, which is where I used to live and work as a DJ. And this is Dacia and Dacia Beach, where I used to water ski. Yeah, so all very accurate. That marina there is new. That wasn't there in 1979, so that marina is new. And the one thing that is missing from this scenery, which I'm a little bit surprised about, is because they've done such a fantastic job. Yes, you can land GA aircraft and airliners at this airport. Of course you can. 737s, 757s, A320s, A321, without a doubt. Okay, so what was I going to say? Over here, this mountain, this peak is called Mount Pontecrata, and on the top of there is a church, very old church, but also on top of there is a huge television mast, which almost stands over the church now. Now, when I lived in Corfu, you only had the church, but now, when we went back in 2000, right over the top of that is a television mast, and unfortunately they haven't put the church in, nor the mast, because the mast would be a visual reference point and anything else. Anyway, that is Corfu. I'm trying to, as a Yomi, yes, as a Yomi, you can land anything here. In fact, what I will do in a moment is I will do a 10-mile approach. I'm not going to fly out. Coming over the back here through this wooded area, once again, some very expensive and exclusive houses along here. a lot privately owned. And if I recall, I'm not quite sure, but I think Gerald Durrell used to live on this side. If you've ever watched the television series The Durrells on ITV, I think that's where Gerald Durrell lived, on that side, from what I recall. But as a scenery, this is clearly one of the best there is. It does look absolutely superb. You know, it's really well done. It's by Fly Tampa, so you know, Fly Tampa have come to Xplane. I'm sure that they will be bringing lots of the other airports to Xplane as well. Just as we come around here now to the old town, I mentioned this in my review video. I'm just trying to get a look. Here we are. Here's the old town. Right, so this is so well depicted. It's just a pity that the photo scenery is just a little bit, you know, not a little bit out of resolution. But you know, the buildings, the town makes up for it, more than makes up for it. So we have the old fort here. Okay, this is from the Napoleonic Wars. And in fact, last Sunday's episode of The Durrells was filmed. A part of it was filmed in this kind of moat canal here. Okay, but what I was going to tell you about is two things. This church here is the Cathedral of St. Spiridon. And St. Spiridon is the patron saint of Corfu. Now, when I was there, when I was living there, the James Bond movie For Your Eyes Only was filmed on location in Corfu. And there were a number of scenes in the town, in the old town here, all around this church. In fact, there's quite a famous scene right by the church there. And so lots of scenes were filmed around here in the old town, and I was an extra on the film as well. So some of the crowd scenes, and this here, these three buildings here, this is known as the Esplanade, and it's all cafes down on the lower floor there. On a Sunday afternoon, you can come down here and watch cricket being played on the cricket pitch there. You can just make it out. If I go a little bit higher, resolution is not so bad. You can just make out the cricket pitch there. And so Sunday afternoons we would come down and you know, for a couple of hours, and we'd sit and have coffee and cake and watch cricket. And the reason why cricket, and not only cricket, ginger beer, you can buy ginger beer in any of these places along here. The reason why cricket and ginger beer is, the cricket is played and the ginger beer is brewed, is because the British were here. Corfu came under British rule for a short period of time after the Napoleonic Wars, but cricket and ginger beer was introduced. It's really quite strange. You go to Corfu, to Greece, and you're having ginger beer and cricket. Anyway, all very accurate. It is an astounding piece of work. It is a conversion. So what Fly Tampa have done is they've converted their own scenery for Xplane. So it's not been, this is not reworked, it's not rebuilt for Xplane. It is a scenery conversion. And so they're only doing what lots of people have done previously, and they're charging for it. And it works out at around about £20. I think it was £20. No, it wasn't. It was £18.46. It was $26, £18.46. So, you know, what they've done actually is very good, because believe me, converting these sceneries is nigh on impossible. Not impossible, but it takes a lot of work. The harbour here, the ferry port, yeah, all very accurate. I caught a ferry here once from here to Brindisi. Had to leave Corfu for 24 hours to get my visa sorted. So yeah, excellent. absolutely superb. I mean, it's so accurate. I feel as though I could just, you know, drive on the roads, and I know exactly where I'm going. You know, you go across the island to Palio Kastritsa. I've walked many a time. I've walked into Corfu town from Ipsos along these very roads here that, you know, that I'm following now. So yeah, this is incredibly accurate. Anyway, there you have it, my friends. Corfu. If you can afford it, buy it, because it's a good one. Beautiful place to land into. Right, so let's do that now. So let's get back to the aircraft and sort this out. I hope I can do this, because it's not an easy landing. It's a visual landing. Change location, customize, runway 35, 10-mile approach. So I need to get my feet on the pedals, get myself ready. Okay, start new flight. And we'll turn up the desktop audio so you can hear a little bit of audio. Turn that's off, so that's not going to affect you. Alright, come on. So we'll just wait for this to load up. What I do, I might even turn the mic off and just have desktop audio on. We'll see. I was watching that. Well, there's 3 people on Twitch, and there's 3 people here. There's nobody on Twitch. I think they're all on YouTube at the moment, but it doesn't matter. That's an experiment, just getting Restream working and making sure that everything works fine. The weather here in Cardiff is pretty dismal today. It's raining. I was supposed to be having some workmen turn up, but clearly they're not coming. They're not bothering, which doesn't surprise me. Nothing surprises me these days about workmen. I've gotten to the point where I really believe people don't want money. Hang on, I hear something. Nope, I was wrong. I hear nothing. I have gotten to the point where I believe that people just don't want money. You know, I'm trying to provide business for people, and they just don't turn up. I've got somebody supposed to be coming in, looking at my kitchen, and it just doesn't happen. Well, what can I say? I shall make a phone call in a little while. After I've done this landing, I'll be logging off and I will make a phone call. Right, here we go. Oop. Let's get rid of that. Turn that up for you. So as I say, it's an offset approach. Normally, you wouldn't come straight in like this. Okay, you would not come straight in like this.
1,000 feet, stabilize, Mr. Burchell.
Oh, here we go.
1,000 feet, stabilize, Mr. Burchell.
So there's the runway up ahead. And it is normally an RNAV approach. There's no ILS approach here. So there's complete RNAV approach. I need to slow down a bit, right? Drop the gear. Put some brakes on. it can catch you out quite considerably. So at the moment we're nowhere near the glide slope, so we'll try and get to that. There we are. 2 white, 2 red, I believe, by the looks of it.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Bridge altitude set.
Just drifting out a bit, so let's get over here.
Approaching 3-5.
Approaching runway 35. Three red, 1 white. 2 red, 2 white. On the glide slope. 1 knot. Above 136. Here we go. 3 white, 2 red.
300.
A little bit high.
200.
Coming down to the runway now.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
We're down. A little bit of reverse thrust on that as well. Actually wasn't such a bad landing, actually. We'll watch that back, I think,
80 knots.
in a moment. We can, I think, turn off here. Should be okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to our destination. For your safety and comfort, we ask you to remain
not bad at
seated
all.
until the captain has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. Please check around you for any belongings. Also, please use caution when opening the overhead lockers, as items may have shifted during the flight. Thank you for flying with us, and have a pleasant day. Flight attendants disarm doors.
You'll notice the stands are not straighted. They're all remote stands. So you just come up with the centre line here, and then you kind of turn on there, like that. So I'm on 1 alpha. As I come here, just stop. There we go. Nicely done. Oh, it wasn't bad at all, actually, considering. Put the brakes on, and then there we go. Not bad. Not bad at all. The bus comes up and pick up the people. You don't really need the bus because you just step off the aircraft and up those ramps at the side there. Over there. Right, let's have a look at that back, because that kind of looks not bad at all. And get back up to about. Ooh, go all that way. We go there.
400.
Have a look. Well, spoilers were up there. There we go. I shouldn't have had the spoilers up. I didn't realise they were up. Oh, lovely. Nice touchdown right on the piano keys. I'll do. Reverse thrust. There we go. Oh! The gardener. And gardeners are outside. Okay. Well, the only thing that spoiled that was I had my spoilers up, which was a bit of a shame. I wish I didn't have those up. Never mind. Can't have it always, can you? Right, well there you go. Not bad at all. Should we have a look at that again? Because wasn't that bad. I thought it was actually a good landing. And try and get it from a different angle, I think. We can get a tower view. Here we come. It's always very calming to cool through from there. Very rarely do you have a huge wind. Because you could have a crosswind coming off these two hills. You know, it could cause problems, but not. Sinking there a little bit. And ready for the flare. And touchdown. Very nicely done. Not bad at all. Right, well, there we go. Hope you enjoyed it. And